Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, as well as the thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is Linkto, which is democratizing the process of private equity investment. Previously, you had to be part of a venture capital firm or a large hedge fund to be able to invest into crypto companies and tech companies. Well, Linkto is making that accessible to accredited individuals. And part of their portfolio includes crypto companies such as Ripple, BitPay, Uphold, Abra, and many more. And they continue to expand their portfolio. So you have the opportunity to double dip just like the institutional investors, which are buying the tokens and also investing in the companies building the infrastructure of the crypto market. So if you would like to learn more about Linkto, please visit the link in the description. Now, quick update here on Celsius Network. This is a big one, my friends. Remember, I've been talking about this could be a catalyst that would drive the market further down with lower prices, and it will be a very bloody bear market, bloodier than it is already. Well, Celsius has paid off their Bitcoin loan and their liquidation price has dropped to $0. Guys, this is great news. Now, I hope Celsius gets their books in order. I believe there's rumors that Tether may have given them the loan to pay this off. So let's hope they're in a better financial situation. They don't have any type of other catalyst that can cause them to collapse and which would hurt the market significantly. I was definitely worried about this. So this is some good news. I think we can breathe a sigh of relief here. And let's hope they can get things in order. Maybe they sell the company and it can be managed a bit better, right, guys? So I think we dodged a bullet here, and let's hope things remain calm with them. But good news that they're not facing any type of liquidation. And we've seen Voyager file bankruptcy, and obviously we had the Terra Luna collapse. So let's hope no other crypto companies run into this situation. So once again, I think we dodged a bullet here. Now, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse tweeted out the following today regarding the article we shared in yesterday's video and podcast about Gary Gensler in the Wall Street Journal. And here's a quote that he pulled from the article saying, Mr. Gensler's blockade is counterproductive if his aim is to protect investors. And Brad Garlinghouse said, if that doesn't call for congressional action to stop Chair Gensler's preferred method of regulation by enforcement, I'm not sure what does. So he's absolutely right. I'm hoping that more members of Congress are waking up to what the SEC is doing and how they're treating the crypto industry. And we know there's a solid group of Democrats and Republicans who have been coming after Gensler, sending him letters and so forth. I've even interviewed some of the folks. And I'm hoping that that group grows and they continue to pressure until Congress itself is able to pass some crypto regulations, because I don't think Gary Gensler is going to do it. He's trying to protect the banking incumbents who are being disrupted by crypto. So absolutely great point here by Brad Garlinghouse. Now, the big news of the day, my friends, U.S. Treasury has delivered a framework to President Biden on international crypto regulation. The framework lays out guidelines and how the country should collaborate with other governments on blockchain oversight. Guys, this is big. Remember President Biden's crypto executive order from earlier this year? Well, we're coming up to the due date of the reports. And just yesterday, we talked about it, and I had it in my newsletter, is that the Biden administration is expected to release a Bitcoin mining report in a few weeks as well. So I think we're going to see the fruits of the executive order and what these different bodies of government think about crypto, how they want to regulate it, and so forth. Now, I don't think this is going to be anything bad. Could there be certain regulators and chambers of government, so to speak, who will maybe do a little bit of overreach, kind of the infrastructure bill that happened last year? That's possible. But I think most of the folks are on the same page now, because the executive order highlighted that we need to embrace innovation and protect investors. So I think you're going to see that balance. So this is good. We're going to start seeing the reports. We're going to start seeing some traction, and let's hope they can move fast. I know government never moves fast, but you can always hope, because my thought process is that with the Terra Luna collapse and some of these crypto companies having problems, that might light a fire around some of the folks who could then say, hey, see, if we don't regulate this and get things in order, we could have more of these problems. So let's see what happens. But let me share some more details. Here's the headline. U.S. regulators release first of many reports on crypto following the exec orders. Highlights of the report include greater guidance around stablecoins and an emphasis on needing to watch out for instability and crime from digital assets. So this is almost like nothing new. They've been talking about regulating stablecoins. Of course, you want to make sure criminals are not using crypto and people are not using for nefarious reasons and so forth. And obviously, the Secretary of the Treasury is Janet Yellen, and we saw she had changed her tune on crypto when the executive order came out. So at least 4 U.S. watchdogs, the Secretary of the Treasury, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Commerce, and the Agency for International Development, as well as other relevant agencies, chimed in on the report, the first of many expected frameworks governing cryptocurrency companies and trading more broadly. The write-up lays out preliminary guidelines regarding how the U.S. ought to work with other friendly governments on blockchain oversight, according to a Thursday statement from the Treasury. The framework, which references risk a notable 16 times, is intended to ensure America's core democratic values are respected, according to the statement. Highlights include greater guidance around stablecoins, which Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has urged caution over, especially when it comes to retail investors after the implosion of Terra Luna stablecoin UST, plus an emphasis on needing to watch out for instability and crime from digital assets. Here's a quote. We've just had over this last week with Terra and with Tether an illustration of the risks associated with stablecoins. There can be runs, Yellen said during a May congressional hearing. So I absolutely agree with this. They need to regulate stablecoins, of course, to make sure there's a balance. They're not stifling innovation. But we see USDC, which is essentially created by Circle and managed by Circle, they're in the clear for the most part. They're transparent. We know what's backing, where their reserves are being held, and so forth. So I think they're going to position USDC to be the winner here, because Tether has had a lot of history of ambiguity around their reserves and the assets and where they come from. So Yellen and a number of prominent politicians on the federal level have urged regulators to treat stablecoins and similar digital assets like banks, which industry participants have decried. Stablecoins are typically meant to be crypto's version of stable fiat currencies tied to the US dollar or another legal tender. The United States continues to work on the G20 roadmap for addressing challenges and frictions with cross-border payments, including improvements to existing systems, potential impediments from data localization, and other frictions in data governance frameworks. The international dimensions of CBDC designs and the potential of well-regulated stablecoin arrangements, the statement said. It's not the first time regulators have expressed concern over the growing market segment of stablecoins. So the TLDR here, guys, they're going to regulate stablecoins, right? Especially, as I've said many times, stablecoins have the potential to compete with the digital dollar, which we know the United States is going to put out their CBDC. And many other governments around the world will be launching CBDCs. So they're going to make sure that the reserves are there for these stable coins, which they absolutely should. I mean, these companies need to be more transparent as well, so we don't have a Terra Luna collapse, we don't have a Celsius problem, a Voyager, and so forth, right? There has to be transparency. And whether they do it in a decentralized manner where that stuff is put out automatically, via an algorithm or whatever it is, I don't know. But there has to be that transparency. We need to know that the folks running these stable coins are doing the right thing. So this absolutely makes sense. And this is good news. I think I don't see anything draconian here or over the top. I think this is logical, especially after what we've seen, right, guys? Now, let's move ahead. Reddit obviously huge social platform, is launching a new NFT avatar marketplace. Reddit's NFT marketplace follows the platform's decision to allow users to select Ethereum-based NFTs as their profile pictures. Guys, guess what? Facebook's going to do it. Instagram, YouTube's going to do it. This is coming. And remember, these NFTs run on the blockchains of the tokens many of you hold, right? Whether it be Ethereum, Solana, the XRP ledger, you name it. And that's why this is so bullish. I don't care if you hate NFTs, you don't hold any NFTs. Hell, I don't hold any NFTs, right? I'm still studying it. I'm still trying to see what's my position, or what position I'm going to take, because I just don't want to just buy NFTs for the sake of buying NFTs. I want to make sure it's something that makes sense and has potential to earn me money and get a good return. So I'm glad to see this, and I'm glad these platforms are adopting more NFTs on the blockchains, being integrated into big platforms like this. That's network adoption, network effect, which will drive the value of the native tokens of those blockchains up. So Ether on Ethereum, XRP on the XRP ledger, the Sol token on Solana, and so on and so forth. So this is great news. Now, VC firm Konvoy launches new $150 million fund, EYES blockchain-based games. Guys, this is happening in a bear market, not a bull market. That's because institutional players who have a macro view know they will make money. Retail, they run for the hills, right? It's like, oh no, the market's down. Oh my God, I'm going to lose all my money. No, markets move in cycles. And when there's blood on the streets, that is the time to buy. You buy the low and you sell the highs. You do not buy the highs. You do not buy the top, guys. That is how the herd operates. You do not want to be part of the herd. So gaming venture capital firm Konvoy launches new $150 million fund with a portion set to be invested in cryptocurrency and blockchain-based games. Guys, gaming will be a huge adopter of crypto and NFTs, because we've already seen that in the gaming world of digital goods, whether it be skins or music or whatever it may be, unlocking different features. People love those games. There's communities behind them, and you're going to see even more adoption via crypto and NFTs within that. So we've seen, folks like Axie Infinity do really well, and the metaverse is coming as well. So this is great. So the American firm announced the launch of Konvoy Fund 3 with $150 million in capital. It plans to invest in a variety of platforms and technologies in the global gaming sector. According to Bloomberg, up to 30%, $45 million of the fund will be allocated to the crypto and blockchain gaming space. Konvoy is no stranger to the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain-based games. The firm boasts an impressive portfolio of gaming companies and projects which it has funded, including the likes of Axie Infinity, creators Sky Mavis, metaverse avatar platform Ready Player Me, and open world NFT game GenoPets. Guys, this is just another industry where adoption of crypto and NFTs will happen. And it's going to happen in many industries, but this is going to be a big one because, as mentioned before, the gaming community, right? There's people who are passionate about games. They live in that world, and the metaverse will further immerse them into that world. Now, it may not be for you and me, right? I have a kid, I'm married, I have a wife, and I have, I'm working to provide for my family. I don't get to play video games as much as I can. But look, when I was a teenager, even in my early 20s, I was playing video games. I was more into it. I had time then. Same thing with the younger generation now. And I may sound like an old man saying these things, but the younger generation and the future generations are going to be playing video games, and those video games are going to become more sophisticated and, once again, more immersive with the metaverse. So crypto and NFTs will be a huge part of that. That's why you see this amount of capital, millions of dollars, being raised and will be invested into crypto and NFTs. Finally, speaking of capital, Binance CEO CZ said, "We have by far the largest reserves in the industry that we know of." This is interesting because we've seen FTX also flexing their capital muscles, saying they have $2 billion that of dry powder that they're ready to deploy if needed. And this is, I've said it many times, super smart by Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX getting ready to buy up these crypto companies at lower valuations as they're trying to assert their dominance and grow their market share, guys. We're going to see a lot of acquisitions, and that is a good sign. It means that companies which may have a great idea, great technology, but not operated well, will be bought up by these larger exchanges, and those exchanges will be able to offer different services. And the fact that they're able to do that shows they're in a healthy position, and that's what we want. Businesses that are run well, in healthy position, they can sustain the bear market and do well in the bull market. So certainly good news. Anyway, guys, that is all of the crypto news for today. Let me know what you all think. Do you agree with me on this crypto report from the Treasury and the other folks? I think we're going to start seeing more and more reports coming in the coming weeks and months. Once again, following the crypto executive order from Biden earlier this year. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.